And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to Metropolis Street Racer. We gotta keep going with the almighty Renault Spider. The Renault Spider that seems like it's gonna carry me almost to the end of the game. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. So apparently, according to the game, I'm capable. Capable of what? I don't know, but I'm capable. So let's just show the capability. Where is the thick spider? Right there. There it is. How is it going, Kyle? That's a very big ass spider, if you ask me. Very fast spider too. And I still don't even know if it's a real car. I gotta assume it is, but it's just weird, don't you think? That this thing will be a real car. But I think it is. You never like cars without the hat part? Well, unfortunately this one doesn't have the hat. Like, normally in this game it lets you pick if you want it with top or topless, but this one is only topless. So unfortunately, yeah, there is no top or hat or top hat or hat top. None of that. Oh shit. What the hell? And I'll never get used to these corners. What the fuck was that shit? Especially in a track like this that it's supposed to be like a pseudo oval. The fuck is this corner? Why would you do that? Ah, man. These fucking corners. And I thought the other spider that is participating here will win, but it seems like it's this black car that is gonna win. That black car that I think it's an Alfa Romeo, probably. Which, by the way, I actually investigated, so I was right. Alfa Romeo is pronounced as Romeo because it's an Italian word. The same way you pronounce it in Spanish, basically. Alfa Romeo. Well, I don't know if you roll the R, probably. I don't know. Well, in Spanish you do. In Italian, I'm not sure what are the pronunciation rules with the R. Well, in Spanish you roll the R when it's at the beginning of a word. Unfortunately, all these penalties are gonna make this an absolute shitfest of a kudos thing. Let's see those penalties. Come on, show them to me. Beautiful. Damn. What are the odds of that? 1-1-1-1. I don't think there are a lot of odds for that. But you know. Oh, special race? Okay. Against 5 cars. Probably should try using the choker for this, but I first should see how the race is. And then maybe we can check that. Oh, today the Steam summer sale started. Unfortunately, there are 2 titles that I wanted to see on sale that are not on sale. Well, titles. One of them is a collection, but it's very sad. I'm a little bit sad that that's the case. But, you know, something that I also don't understand is how some developers are so fucking stingy. And their biggest discount ever was something like a 50%, let's say. Like, that's the biggest discount that they had for their game. And instead of putting the discount at 50%, they put it at 45%. Like, what's the point? I mean, I know that it shouldn't be a big difference for the one that's gonna buy, but it's also not a big difference for you either. And you know that there is people like me that search for biggest sale and you're not gonna show up. Like, is it worth the cents that you're gonna win versus the sale you're gonna lose? Like, is it really worth it? But maybe it is, I don't know. I'm not a... oh, fuck me. I'm not a game dev. So for all I know, it might be worth it. No, it's not about them showing up or not. It's about why will you do it. Using wishlist is irrelevant. I don't care about the wishlist. Even if it showed up in my wishlist, I wouldn't buy it. Like, that's the important thing. If I know that the biggest sale happened and it's not the one that's going on right now, I'm not gonna bother. I mean, I'm not in a hurry to play your game. But you can believe that I'm not gonna be in a hurry to buy it. So that's the thing. Why are you doing that? Like, what's the point? Because I will understand if it was a bigger difference, like we're talking about 25% versus 75%. Yeah, okay, that means a change of plans. But from a 50 to a 45%, what's the point? There is no point in doing that. Especially when the 50% sale happened not only once but multiple times, right? We're talking about something that it was almost a standard to be at 50%, but then this one sale you were like, no, you know what, let's put it at 45. That's gonna be funny. It's like, why? What's the difference? Whatever. What was the objective? Oh, come on. I kinda want to see what the special thing is here. Probably, I mean, I'm gonna use the choker, but just to avoid risking it, I'm gonna put second place. Since the choker should be able to get it anyways. I think... What? One step from Eden, you mean? I don't remember at what sale I bought that, but I think that I bought that at like a 20% sale. That's because a game that is legitimately good. So I didn't mind paying even a 20% sale. Usually I don't bother with those unless it's a game that I really want. And that game has been amazing. Well, it's still amazing, but I mean that it was amazing when I played it. Very good game. But there are other games that, differently from that one, they don't really have that much to offer, and yet they treat themselves as if they were some, I don't know, some big IP owned game. I'm like, I mean, sure, you can do whatever you want, but it seems that it's self-harming more than anything. Not to mention that, well, there are some games that are super old and still don't have a proper sale. And I mean, by proper sale, I mean a sale that matches how old they are. That's fine. Will be worse. But yeah, I'm disappointed that the collection I wanted to buy, which is the collection for Sega games, is not on sale. Oh, I mean, the package itself is on sale always, but it will be on a bigger sale that only happens during sales like this one, but it's not this time for some reason. And that's also another thing that I understand. There are some games that regularly go on sale, and for some reason in big sales like this, they don't show up with a sale. And it's like, dude, it's your biggest opportunity, and you're gonna throw it away? No. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're fine. Nice. Yeah, or never putting them on sale. That will be. Oh, what Capcom does is super annoying. Yeah. Basically, just raising the base price to very stupid amounts. What am I gonna get for this? Oh, all right. That's the Toyota Celica. Okay. Nice, I guess. Why not? Wait. No, never mind. So what cars are this? Oh. Okay. That seems. That's gonna be fierce. I'm gonna put third place. That seems like a hard race. Yeah, Capcom rising the base price is very annoying. It's like, what are you trying to fool? Though the weird thing is that they do it for some games, but not for others. So, for example, Devil May Cry 4 is always at the same price, right? Which is very low, thankfully. And Devil May Cry 5 was at a low price and they raised it. So, I don't understand what's the consistency there. Sure, you could say 5 is newer, but I mean... Wait, did I say 5? Yeah, 5, exactly. 5 is newer, but I think it's also about a matter of, you know, the difference in price. Like, the difference in price just doesn't make sense. It's like, for example, Resident Evil Remake 2 and Resident Evil Remake 3, right? So Resident Evil Remake 2 is at a very low price, but Remake 3 is not. Why? Especially when, I mean, 2 is a better game than 3. The remake, at least. And, like, if the only measurement is that one is newer than the other one, I don't think it makes much sense, especially for a platform like Steam. I mean, as I say before, yes, all games shouldn't be at the same price of newer games, but at that point it's not like it was a game that released like a couple months ago, you know? A game that I'm pretty sure already has more than a year, if not even more, so I don't know. Doesn't seem like a very smart strategy, but unfortunately lost the speed. That's annoying, man. Fuck you. Fucking annoying ass corners. Whatever, just put 4th place, I don't care. Really don't care. There are other games though that are in... I mean, they are in the same sale as they were before. And some others that are on a better sale than they were before. So I might at least buy those, maybe, hopefully. Because I don't want to... Will be very sad to leave the summer sale without buying anything. Well, the thing is that at some point, I mean, you kinda bought everything you wanted to buy, right? So even if you want to buy more stuff, it's gonna be stuff that you know, that you don't really like. Or that you don't like enough to buy it. So that's when a lot of people say there's nothing on the sale that is interesting. Yeah, that's because you probably already bought everything that was already interesting to you. Probably. I personally know that I most likely bought most of the games that I like. Sakura Dungeon, I kinda stopped playing that game. At some point it just becomes boring. Well, like every turn-based RPG, really. But you know, at least I played it like 15 hours or something, so I will say that it was worth the low price. But yeah, turn-based RPGs are not for me. They become boring so fucking fast. I mean, I know that that game is less of a turn-based RPG and more of a porn game, but even if it was a little bit more refined in the RPG aspect, it's just boring. Just boring because it feels like, you know, like the expectation of progressing in a game is like you're thinking of, damn, how is this gonna be when I reach, you know, further into the game? Like, how strong are the enemies gonna be? Like, how difficult the bosses are gonna become? But in something like that, in something like that, it's like, well, I already know how it's gonna be. Like, they are gonna have bigger numbers, you know. Sure, the design of the bosses and the newer enemies is gonna be interesting, but it's like, there is not much to look forward to. To me, at least. Because it really doesn't change the way you're playing, you know. You're still doing the same things, just with bigger numbers. See, like, for example, in a game like this one, that it's a very long game, and you also kinda do the same thing. The difference is that here you can expect what you directly do, which is driving the car, to be completely different between the start of the game and the end. Because you're gonna need better reflexes because your car is gonna be faster, the tracks can become harder, the opponents are gonna be less merciful, you know, that sort of thing that at least keeps it fresh. Even if you don't like cars, like in the off chance that you will play a game like this without liking cars, if that was the case, at least you will have something to look forward to gameplay wise. Because shit does get harder directly, right? As in, it affects how you input directly into the gamepad. But in RPG, in turn-based RPG games, the way you input, it's the same whether you are on the first boss or on the last boss. I mean, yeah, sure, there are some RPG games that have gimmicks, like for example, Mother, right? In that game, it might be turn-based, but you still need to react fast to what's happening because it has a weird battle system, but it basically requires you to be fast in the way you do your actions and stuff, right? But yeah, for a game that is just pure turn-based, that it doesn't have any other gimmick, the final boss is not gonna be different in the way you input as the first boss. So to me, in those games, there isn't much to look forward to. I will say that the only thing to look forward to will be the enemy designs visually and the music. And at that point, I'd rather do something else. Because I mean, that's not the main reason why I play a game. So that's my issue, well, one of my many issues with turn-based RPG games. It just becomes boring. It just becomes a point where I'm like, what am I looking forward to? Nothing. So why do I even keep going? I'm getting destroyed, by the way, while I'm talking about that. Yeah, that's what I mean. Turn-based RPGs. I don't know. I said it before, I might like them when I become older and I can't play reaction-based games. Probably. Or maybe at that point I will stop playing games altogether. That seems more possible. Like, it feels definitely more realistic for me to stop playing games rather than playing turn-based RPGs. Like, I mean, at that point I'd rather just, I don't know, try to go fully into composing music or some shit. I think I need to redo this because this race has been terrible. I played terrible, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that was such a bad display, like holy shit. I drive the worst I could have done. Holy fuck. That was horrible, terrible. Yeah, I feel that now that I think about it, that is definitely gonna be more realistic. Actually fully trying to get into music composing before even touching turn-based RPG. Probably. But I also think that there are some games that I definitely want to play. And one of them being the game Mother. That game, it just seems interesting, at least as a concept. Maybe I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna think that it's a piece of shit. But no way to know until I try. Oh, hello there. That's an Audi? Are you an Audi? What are you? Probably. Yeah, you're probably an Audi. I mean, it's hard to tell. I will assume you are one. I mean, it would be easier to tell if there weren't so many shagged edges, but that's what I get for trying to look back in a place like that. Yeah, it is an alley. That's the corner that fucked me up the most so far in this particular track. Like every time that I lost a significant amount of time was because of that. Obviously not paying enough attention. Oh shit. The red car wants some action. Ouch. Well, wait, I'm second? Oh no, never mind. Because if I was second there, I didn't even see who got in first place. I feel like just for trying to get those style points, I'm getting used to driving in a very bad way, which is by accelerating while steering at the exit of a corner. That's something that you shouldn't do normally, or at least not in any car, because that obviously makes you lose stability on the car. But in this game, doing that gives you trick points. Well, I mean, as long as you do it in a specific way. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, nice. I guess the choke syndrome, I still haven't gotten through it. At least they didn't overtake me. So getting first place here will be... Oh, okay, alright. That was pretty cool. I must admit, I like that a lot. Pretty nice. Very, very, very nice. And fuck you. I'm gonna keep going because I don't wanna waste time, but man, what a piece of shit. All because of that choke. I just can't stop doing that.
3, 2,
At least this track, well, no, never mind, because it's in London. This probably goes through the park. This is not gonna be easier than the previous one.
Mash the mobile, lob the laptop, don't get caught in the
Hopefully
city
not,
slick.
but...
See the world with Rough Guides. From Amsterdam to Zimbabwe, with a Rough Guide in your hand, you're guaranteed a smooth trip. Rough Guides, travel guides for the modern independent traveller.
Okay, now we're gonna have a listen to the debut single from newcomers Defunct. This is Outside In.
Well, maybe it doesn't go through the park. Yeah, I think it actually doesn't go through the park. Well, that's great. Let's see here, the last section. Okay, that could be confusing. Oh, and that's also pretty confusing. Okay, so the last section is the one that I'm gonna have to be careful. Oh, damn it, but this is the same story as always. The choke potential is just so unbelievably big. I hate it. when it's so big. Potential for choking. But I need to win this race. If I don't win this race, I'm gonna be far behind with the points. Who is this car? Why is he so fast? I didn't need to brake that much. I'm most likely gonna brake that much when the last lap comes. Probably. Other is one of those games you will never willingly play. I mean, I don't see why not. Not like you didn't play turn-based RPGs before. I need to practice for the last lap. Yeah, I feel that I need to brake even before that. That already seems quite too risky. Yeah, I think I'm gonna brake way before that. Alright, last lap. At least I'm in the lead by quite a little bit. They are still gonna catch up because they are faster. But hopefully not too much. At least they are busy with each other, but I'm gonna stop. I mean, I'm gonna start braking there. To the left, slowly. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Well, with that first place, if I get another first place, I can stop worrying about the point. Otherwise, I will need second and third place, pretty much, on the next two races. In any order, obviously. Second and third place. But if I get first place, that's a free ticket to the point objective.
初登場でいきなり6位のファンキーなナンバーシャカラのフリーウェイどうぞ。
Corners. Well, at least it seems that the final section is not that hard. Seems like it's the middle section. I guess the chances of choking are lower, but they are still there. I mean, with corners like this, you never know. This Audi also seems to be surprisingly fast. He also crashed, thankfully. Well, that's because I blocked him and he didn't know what to do, but... Well, not like it matters, because he's already back. That motherfucker is crazy fast. But I don't really want an Audi. That's also another brand of cars that I never really like. Oh, nice. Okay, I guess the fact that the end is not that chokeable is not true. Ah, fuck me, dude. And will I be able to catch that Audi? Probably not. Or maybe yes. So I gotta be careful with the very last corner. If I don't stop in time, it becomes an absolute pain. Before worrying about that, I need to worry about the other ones. Alright, this they seem to be far. Nice, there you go. Well, wait, that wasn't the last lap? I was sure that was the last lap. Are you kidding me? I guess I completely misread. I thought, I'm glad that I didn't do anything stupid, but I thought that was the last lap. Alright, well, fuck. That's a very bad feeling when you think it's the last lap in a race, but it's not the last lap. So you kinda start relaxing when you're about to cross the finish line. Then you need to immediately get back into the game. I mean, your head needs to get back into the game. Fuck. Alright. Now it's for real the last lap. Yes. Okay, I can stop worrying about points because I already got them. Hey, how is it going, Yami? Alright, yeah, 22 is the objective, so I think I already got it. All these laps have very long straights. That's detrimental for me, well, for my car. Unfortunately, it become not the fastest in a very short amount of time.
Brand new disc one more time. I just love that voice. Now her first album went platinum, and
all right,
this one
that's a
just
nice
as
start.
good. This is Gabrielle Nelson. You can love me.
Holy fuck. But you know, it doesn't matter. Even if I get last place, I still beat the event, so it really doesn't matter at all. I guess in that case, I could choose relax and try to get the corners right. Yeah, well, the problem is that I say that now, but when it comes to the point of actually doing the corners, it's like I lose patience and I just do them in a just do them in a fast way. set of corners though. Like the 2 U-turns. Oh, and that was a good corner. But these obstacles, dude. I hate them so much. As I said, easy to lose patience with these corners. Well, I guess the main issue is the 4 laps. At some point, when you do a track a lot of times in a row, so when you go a lot of laps around a track, it just becomes annoying to try to do it right. So you just try to do it fast. And as I said yesterday, since the game doesn't penalize you for, well, it penalizes you for hitting the wall, but not physically. It only penalizes you with points, but it allows you to keep going fast. So it just wants you to do it, especially when sometimes that's way faster than any shitty trajectory you can come up with. I wonder if this game supports racing wheels. I mean, it's a Dreamcast game. Did Dreamcast support racing wheels? Probably not. Not that I'm aware of. I actually don't know what's the earliest console that supports the racing accessories. I'm actually not sure. Well, I mean, when it comes to accessories, they existed a long time ago. I mean, even the NES had a shit ton of accessories. But I mean accessories that minimally work. So, basically not the NES accessories. No, I think the very specific characteristic, at least in terms of racing wheel, will be force feedback. Like, what was the first console to admit force feedback? I wonder. Or is that a very modern concept? Because I'm pretty sure that that's something that the game itself has to support. You can't just put a racing wheel into anything and just because it has force feedback it's gonna work. You actually have to code that shit into the game. I wonder what's the earliest example of force feedback into a console. Because I'm pretty sure in PC it was relatively early, though also experimental. Because I mean, if you're gonna use a racing wheel, it doesn't make much sense if it doesn't have force feedback. I mean, well, sure, to fuck around in an arcade racing game, yeah, whatever. But like, if you're trying to at least get a minimum simulation or driving, even if the physics are extremely unrealistic, but as long as force feedback is there, you can at least simulate the feeling of racing using a wheel. I mean, a wheel accessory. But if you're not, believe that I won this race too. Well, not yet. Just that fucking up here, I mean, it's still possible, it's just unlikely. Well, considering how long this straight is, they can actually overtake before the corner.
I think that's gonna storm up the charts. You heard it here first. That was Shanice Williams and
But they didn't. So I guess I win. I'll take it.
This is Paula Johnson.
There you go.
Traffic and Travel and Associates.
That's 33 points, I think. And that probably is also winning the tournament. Not like I care. It's insane. The difference between first and second place is ridiculous. Well, it's kind of like in real races. I think in real competitions, the difference between first place and everything else is also very bad. You don't like the aesthetic? Yeah, I can believe that, yeah. That's the Toyota. Wait, is that another Celica? Yeah, it is another Toyota Celica. Well, I already have one, so... Alright, what about this one? Proficient. I can't really see shit, though. I don't know. But it looks ugly, that's what I know. Fastest time of 7 laps. Oh, and these are... Alright. These are interesting times. Well, then again, it's a very short track. I mean, you can already see there, if you pay attention to the map, it's literally 2 streets. 2 streets long, 1 street wide. So yeah, that doesn't take too much to do in a car like this.
3, 2, 1.
I gotta say a big hi to all the girls at the Mirage Diner. That's Marge, Thelma, Fran, and Sandra. Hi, you guys. And also to Billy Ray Stevens, who's 40 today. Have a great day.
And this guy's birthday is every single day.
She comes back.
Every day is his 40th birthday. Holy shit. Is that a good thing? Because I know that there is a lot of people that would like to stay... Like, they wouldn't like to get older, right? Would it be a good thing to stay 40 forever? Well, I guess it's better than getting older than 40. I mean, sure, the ideal thing would be staying younger than that, but having your 40th birthday continuously. Well, a lot of people say that when you reach 40, it's like you are flipping a page in the book of your life, kinda. Mostly because at that point you're statistically closing to, well, no, actually, statistically, I'm pretty sure that after your 10th birthday, you're statistically most likely to, you know, to be closer to death. Well, I don't know, actually. I will need to research. Regardless, the point is that a lot of people seem like they view 40 as a milestone. Don't know exactly why 40, because if you ask me, there isn't that much difference between 40 and 50. I mean, I could see there being a difference between, for example, I mean, 20 and 30. No, actually, you know what? There isn't that much of a difference between 20 and 30. At least not nowadays. But I will say that the difference... Yeah, it will be probably 20... Well... I don't know. It really depends from person to person. But... Yeah, 40 for a lot of people is the point of no return. The cursed 40s. But... whatever. There is still quite some years for me to reach that. I'm not worried yet.
An email from Sheena. She's at work at the moment, but she'd like us to play the next track for all the guys in the office and her boyfriend Todd.
You know.
You got it. Now her first album went platinum, and
That
this
comes
one
to
looks
everyone,
just as good.
eventually.
Gabrielle Nelson,
Well, or not.
Love Me.
Hopefully I do reach 40. You never know. What if a truck runs me over tomorrow? You never know. But nah. I don't plan on going out tomorrow anyway, so... Unless a truck lands in my apartment. That will be interesting. I bought the farm. Not yet. And hopefully not in a short amount of time. I think that thinking about the future, your future, I mean, it's always a very useless thing. I mean, it's interesting to do it, but I think that it's ultimately useless because you're thinking about it as if you were gonna be the same person not like in 20 years than you are today. Like in 20 years in the future, you're not gonna be the same person, so I think it's a little bit pointless because your perspective is not even close to grasping what you're gonna be or what you're gonna have at that moment in time. So yeah, it's interesting to think about it and, you know, what specific what possible scenarios might show up, but at the same time it's gonna be very different, you know. Like, who knows, maybe in 20 years I'm gonna be playing tennis. You never know. I mean, after all, my father pretty much played paddle, which is similar to tennis, but a little bit different. He played that until like his 60s. And obviously he had to stop there because, you know, his body is not gonna allow him to do that forever. But the point is that as a 40-year-old, you can do stuff like that. I mean, obviously you're not gonna play at an international level, well, not even national level, but you know, you can still play it for fun. Well, for fun and to keep yourself in shape, I guess. I could be playing that, you never know. I mean, a person can change drastically, especially when it comes to the hobbies. Well, when it comes to the hobbies and, you know, the way you view things, the things you like, the things you dislike, everything can change. Are they gonna change? I don't know.
今週 J ミックスで行われる宝くじ覚えてますか？当たれば行きたいテーマパークのチケットが2枚ゲットできるんですよ。ニュースの後にクイズが待っていますので。
It is also true that the chances of you changing the way you are when you are an adult is obviously lower than from when you are a kid to a teenager or a teenager to an adult, right? Obviously the chances are lower since you kinda stop learning the basic things, so you're not really developing your brain anymore. But I think that it's still possible to change your mind. Will it happen? I don't know. You know, speaking of changing, something that I remember a long time ago, well, I mean not that long, but like when I was studying streaming, I remember that there were many streams where I would choose remain silent for a very long time. I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm not really doing it lately, but I don't think it will be a bad idea to do it. I mean, after all, I think that if there's nothing to say, it's better to not say nothing. I mean, no, to not say anything. That's what you will say. But yeah, it might be a good idea.
To the annual Blues Festival with a special report on all the coolest new talent and some old favorites too.
Mostly because in games like this, it's not like there's gonna be many new things that show up that I will react to. Pretty sure that I mean, except for new car models and specific track combinations, pretty sure that I already seen everything this game has to offer. I haven't gone through everything, but the point is that it's not gonna be that different. So I think that remaining silent wouldn't be a bad idea. Will react to, for example, is how things that I won't be able to get this objective for some weird reason. I mean, these challenges are getting harder and harder, but will I really not be able to get this? Do I need a better car to do this? Or am I just panicking and will I will actually get it? No, it doesn't seem like I will get it. So I will need to be at 5 overtaken cars by the time I reach the 2-minute mark, and I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. Well, that's bad. Does that mean that I can't beat this stage? Oh. That would be sad. I mean, I can unlock a faster car than this, but I don't really want to. Sadly, I think that 10 is the absolute minimum. You can't go any lower than that. That's bad. Yeah, I mean, I knew this was gonna happen eventually, but I didn't expect it was gonna happen this soon. That's annoying. I mean, I can just leave this event without doing. I can skip this event. But the issue with that is that... I mean, even if I need it later, I guess I can just come back. Problem is that more events like this one are just gonna get progressively harder to get if I stop unlocking cars.
When she comes back. Okay, now I gotta say a big hi to all the girls at the Mirage Diner. That's Marge, Thelma, Fran, and Sandra.
The worst part is that I'm pretty far from doing it. It's not like I'm about to get the 10th car and I just needed a little, like just some more seconds. No, like this is actually far. I mean, I might get the 9th one, but the 10th one is very far. Yeah, the 9th one I might get it, but the 10th one is quite far from here. I mean, not that far, I guess, but damn. Are you really gonna do this to me, game? That's messed up. And as I said, you can change this, right? Like, this is as low as it goes. Well, I guess I'm not gonna complete that. I mean, if it's literally impossible to do what you want me to do, clearly not do it. But yeah, I think I might need a better car team. Already, like, this car already got obsolete. Like, didn't I unlock this car like 1 or 2 chapters ago and it's already obsolete? I expected it was gonna last more. I guess not. Damn, that's rough. On the bright side, the car that I was gonna unlock on this chapter looked like shit. So, I mean, I won't feel bad for not unlocking it. Because obviously to unlock one of these cars you need to complete every event in a chapter, but I guess. Well, I mean, the game kinda intends you to go back to redo some events anyways when you get a specific car that is unlocked later, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. The good thing is that I have 2 free garage slots, so I don't need to get rid of any car. That's the only good thing. Still a little bit annoying though. No, you're not gonna win on the last lap, come on. You really thought you were gonna win right there. Well, I also thought that for a second, but no. I'm not gonna let you. Another one-on-one. Damn, this is a mirror match. Alright. Well, that's gonna be exciting. A mirror match? Wonder how I'm gonna do.
J ミックスです。続いてイギリスのシンガーシャンテルの It doesn't really matter 聞いてください。
聞いてください。 Well, this is the problem with mirror matches, that they basically have the same car as you, so this is basically the same as you, but they are actually driving well. That's the problem. Like here you can't take advantage just because your car is gonna be better. Here it actually plays on how good you are, and obviously the computer is better than me. So the only thing I can do is dirty shit like this, you know. Which, I mean, I don't mind doing, but it looks ugly. It looks ugly to do something like that. Especially on a mirror match. Wow, that fucking corner. I try going very slow. Thankfully, it's such a narrow corner that even when you go slow, he's not gonna overtake you at all. So, got him. It's gonna be annoying having that fail thing there, but there's nothing I can do, at least with this car, and this is already my best car. So what am I seeing here? 2 Eclipse and 1 Speedster. What are these things? I don't think I've seen them before.
3, 2.
Wait, I think the car to my left is an Opus. The car in front of me is a Mitsubishi.
Okay, coming up next we've got Slipstream with the 3rd release from their latest album. This is Fallen Angel.
I wish I like any of these cars, but I don't. That's another big problem. I just don't like the cars that are probably considered fast around these chapters. Well, the same way that I didn't like them in the previous chapters when I was using the green car, really. Then, unfortunately, I might need a change of car sooner than later. Sooner or later. I guess sooner than later applies as well. Be a little bit weird, maybe. I think that white car is the Mitsubishi. It seems that they are already starting to appear and kick ass. Well, what I'm gonna say is that if I can unlock a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo, I'm gonna do that. But if a Lancer Evo appears, it's probably not gonna appear anytime soon. I mean, it's probably gonna be one of the last cars. Well, at least I won. So I guess that my car still has it for these races. Sadly not for the challenges, but we'll have to think about that later. Against two other cars? Oh, I can definitely win this. It's against this car and a car that is supposed to be slower. So I can very easily do this. Not even bothering putting second place, because I'm pretty sure I can win. Well, I mean, the incognito will be if I can beat my own car, the Spider.
Soul diva Dina Joseph will be here in the studio.
But I believe.
Singing live some of the tracks from her last album, Broken Moments. I just can't wait. Don't miss it. And this is newcomer Shanice Williams' first entry into the charts, in at number 23, entitled simply Time.
Oh, it's one of these shitty ass tracks. Oh man. Well, now I'm not so sure. It's one of those. Well, there are 4 laps. I don't know if I will recover though, but I'll try. As long as I don't hit that on the very last lap, I think I should be fine. As always, the problem is fucking up on the last lap. Because coming back is not impossible in this game, but yeah, if it happens on the last lap, obviously it will be impossible because you don't have enough time. I also don't like when there is a car that is just like mine and also has my same color. And this guy is exactly like that. Gonna end up in victory. Probably not. No. Yeah, I mean, we are the same car. I'm not gonna overtake him there. Oh man, yeah, I mean, that's my fault. No, that's 100% my fault. Why did I even put for first place? I'm stupid. I'm stupid, and I just don't learn that it's pointless to put a different objective. The points are not worth it. I just don't learn. I just don't learn. Don't know why, but I just can't learn. For some reason, I'm unfortunately not smart enough. because of that fucking obstacle, dude. All because of that piece of shit. That I do gotta say is that the selection of cars that this game has is absolutely terrible. Like most of the cars really are cars that don't make me wanna drive them. Also, I just realized something. Why does the rear plate of that guy, instead of saying Spider, it says Murdoch? Why is that? Maybe you can change the rear plate in the options or something. I mean, maybe. I mean, I still don't know why it says California in mine. Maybe it's something that it takes out of the console options. I don't know. Well, it's weird that since this game, for the save file, it asks you for your name and your nickname, that it wouldn't use your nickname for the plate. Because if it did take the name from the console, be a little bit pointless since you're already providing the game with it. Well, in fact, so far the game has still not used the name at all. Well, other than to identify the save file, I guess. But I mean, if all you wanted to do is identify the save file, you know that you can just ask for a singular name instead of asking for first name, last name, and nickname. It's a little bit useless to ask for so much shit if it's only for identification purposes. Let's just leave it for, dude, it doesn't matter. Oh, especially since it's wet, yeah. Alright. Seems like a smart idea. I mean, for the tournaments, I don't even bother anymore. I just leave the minimum score possible. And this is another case of every car being gray in color. I don't know why these gray cars are going after me. Well, it says that it's wet, but it doesn't really seem very wet.
Sorry, but I didn't mean to trouble you. I was just cruising along in my BMW. When I saw you driving by, you caught my eye.
Yeah, I don't really feel like it's harder to drive. But according to the game, it is wet. Maybe that just changes the amount of light that appears on the stage, because I do realize that it's darker, like there are more clouds and shit. Maybe instead of wet it just means something like humid or cloudy or whatever, I don't know. Maybe a mistranslation. Well, I don't even know if this game was made in Japanese first or not. Considering that it was made by Sega, it could be either. I still mispronounce that word a lot.
at the light. Let's get it on.
Literally every lap I avoided that obstacle successfully, but not on the last one. Well, it doesn't matter. I put 4th place. I'm most likely gonna get 4th place, so don't really mind.
Come on. Verse 3. Early the following morning, the day was dawning. I got up yawning, saw you lying in my bed, scratching your head.
There you go. I guess my initial prediction, which was 3rd, wasn't wrong. Damn, why so many style points? That's why I say that it doesn't matter what objective you put, because skill points are absolutely irrelevant. Something that I've been noticing is that it seems that the tournaments always have weaker cars than in races of that same chapter. Like they seem to be actively weaker.
3, 2,
Which is better for me, obviously. How do you... No. How do you sound the horns?
And entertainment venue, the Sports Cafe with state-of-the-art audio-visual, 120
Can you even
TV
sound the
screens, games,
horns?
bars, and a great restaurant. The Sports Cafe, where the games never end. www.thesportscafe.com.
So it feels that my opponents can do it. Well, this is gonna be a very short lap as well. But very fucked up corners. Nonetheless. Alright, so this corner, kinda like a chicane. Well, it is a chicane. Pretty short race and pretty convincing first place as well. I'm glad. At least. Another first place pretty much guarantees that I will get those 22 points. Because another first place and 2 last places will be literally 22, so... I guess I hope I get a first place here. I mean, this looks like a very straightforward track. And considering that I think that only one of these cars is faster than me, it might be a good idea to have such a straightforward track.
We're glad you like it.
Well, the problem is that the fast car is already on the lead.
Sports Cafe, state-of-the-art audio
I
visual,
fuck up like that.
120 TV
Alright.
screens, games,
Sure,
bars,
you
and
can
a
have
great
this
restaurant.
one, I don't care.
Sports Cafe, where the games never end.
www.thesportscafe.com.
Okay, now we're going to have a listen to the debut single from newcomers Defunct. This is Outside In.
I guess I can take 3rd place. I prefer at least 2nd place, but... That corner is never not gonna be a piece of shit. I guess the track being pretty straightforward doesn't matter if there is at least one hard corner like that one. Yeah, I guess I'll take 3rd place. Oh, what the hell? How did that happen? Like, my car should stop. Well, whatever. Fuck you. 4th place. Same shit. looks slightly longer. That's gonna work on my favor. At least all of them are 3-lap races.
Watch out, sister. This is MC Momo, and let's get it on tonight.
Watch out. Yeah, watch out with that. Watch out.
Let's get it on tonight. Alright. When it goes a little something like this. Well, excuse me, sorry, but I didn't mean to trouble you. I was just cruising along in my BMW. When I saw you driving by, you caught my eye, and then I thought, why are you on your own? All alone? Talking with someone on the end of a phone? Is there another guy just waiting for you to get home? Ha! Girl, I should have known. So what's the deal between you and me? Can we get together? Watch TV. I know there's a place that you'd rather be, where the money means nothing and the drinks are free. Let me take you there, no need to be aware. Did I tell you I'm a millionaire? Forget about him, I'll treat you right. Let me turn out the light, and we can get it on tonight. Ha! Come on! Yeah, let's get it on tonight. Well, alright. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Woo!
Okay, this is the corner. It's such a game. It's fucked up because these arrows appear regardless of the intensity of the corner. Even when the corner is pretty much just like a slight turn, it shows up with the same intensity as this corner that you're gonna see here, that is a lot more steep and longer. Or this one, that is super steep and short, but like requires you to go very, very slow. So unless you're looking at the minimap, well, even if you're looking at the minimap, it's still hard. The minimap is not that descriptive. Like if there is a specific corner that is like that one, the minimap is not gonna tell you how it is. So you just gotta see it. But yeah, it's messed up, because you don't know that this is supposed to be a chicane until you're already there. That car hit me pretty hard.
What's so funny? You looked at me with the smile on your face like you wanted something, another embrace. So I paused for a minute to say goodbye. I really didn't want to make you cry. I left for work about 9:30. Forgot about
Here we have the little guy. Oh fuck. Oh, that's damn. Okay, never mind. That was a good one.
You were still in bed. Hell, let's get it on tonight.
Damn, that car seems scary fast. It seems so fast. I think that's the Speedster, isn't it? I don't remember what brand it was, but it does seem quite fast. Was it the Mitsubishi? I think it was the Mitsubishi. But yeah, that guy is extremely fast. Definitely faster than me, that's for sure. Yeah, that's the Speedster. Wish I could see the brand. Oh fuck! The last race is raining. Good shit that I won that previous race, because I'm most likely gonna be last place for this one. It's oh never mind. That car is that Opel or whatever it's called. That weird brand that has a horizontal lining on the logo. But yeah, if it's raining, this shit is impossible to control, so... Well, I mean, it's... At least this is an easy track, but... Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't matter how easy the track is. No, it doesn't matter, it's still shit to drive. Holy fuck. Yeah, when it's raining, you can just give up. Well, at least if it's in a tournament. If it's a standalone event, you won't be able to give up. Well, I mean, you can still skip the event, but eventually you will have to beat it. At least it's not as bad as the downpour weather. That one, it's just... It's... You know, you might as well give up. You might as well just try to go as slow as you can. Damn, I already lapped someone. And it's the fast car, actually. Damn, the fast car got lapped because not even him can control shit in this rain. Or at least that's cool to see, that the CPU actually struggles. And they actually got a last place. Oh. I guess there is still some justice. A lot of style points, a lot of penalty as well. Sadly not unlocking anything because of that overtake event that I'm gonna do later. I mean, I don't really care about this car, so I don't really mind. So qualify, so this is the FTO, right? The Mitsubishi FTO, the car behind this, I think. So this is something that I would like to get. So hopefully the challenge here is not that much of a pain to get. Hopefully. Oh wait, never mind. Drizzle isn't that bad. I mean, it's still annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. In fact, I think that you barely notice the difference.
You're listening to London's greatest dance station, 100.4 FM. The Underground.
It's May.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal.
Too late to perfect that bikini figure this year. So why not unwrap a large chocolate bar this evening, settle down in front of the TV, and holiday in Scotland?
Diet Tango. You need it because you're weak.
Diet Tango does not allow you to eat willy-nilly.
Alright, this next track is Atomhead and Push.
Spell cards are power? What are you talking about? I think this is not gonna be enough for the average. Yeah, it might not be enough. Fuck, come on. Yeah, now it's not gonna be enough. Only one lap remaining. Like, unless this is like 20 seconds or better, this is just not enough. Yeah, no. Damn it. Oh, that hurts. Alright, I guess I should also start not changing the configuration on this shit either. Yeah, that's okay, I don't mind. Sure, I'm gonna do the bare minimum, I don't care. If that's how you wanna play, that's how we're gonna play. I don't mind. Drizzle. Okay. I think I'm just gonna leave everything on the bare minimum here. Like, I'm just tired of retrying shit that I'm retrying just because I'm dumb and I changed the... Okay, that one... Oh, man. Oh, these obstacles, dude. These fucking obstacles. And that doesn't matter which car you pick. Those obstacles are gonna be there whether you pick the slowest or the fastest car in the game.
3, 2. Next on the Underground is Craig Trent with his show National Anthems, so stay tuned for that one.
There's a bullet in the gun. There's a fire in your heart.
But dude, that platform doesn't let you stay away if you're below a certain speed. But if I'm not below a certain speed, I can't even do the corners. So what you want me to do? I'm not Superman. Fucking bitch. I think that the car in this chapter is one that I can definitely unlock because I like this Mitsubishi. I think it's gonna be a good idea. But that will depend on if I can do that challenge or not. Oh shit, the RH7. So the Mazda RH7 is also in this game, huh? Alright. That's cool to know. That's very, very cool to know. The legendary RH7 is here. I mean, then again, those kind of cars are probably the last ones you unlock, so it's a little bit pointless to even think about them. A beautiful U-turn. Obviously leaving 1 minute here is an exaggeration. I don't really care. As I say before, skill points are worthless anyway, so there is absolutely no reason to go for them. Don't even bother. I mean, at this point. It is something that you need to worry about at the beginning of the game, but at this point in the game it's not necessary. You get so many style points, and most times you even get like 10 times the amount of skill points you get. Sometimes even more than that. So it's just not worth it. I really hope that doesn't end up biting me in the ass later. Because it could be. Considering that I still don't know the unlock requirement for the last chapter. That's the thing that worries me the most. Like, if the game is just gonna allow me to play that just by beating every chapter, or if it's gonna make me replay a lot of shit, hopefully not. At least that time I didn't get a penalty. And that time, for some reason, I also didn't get a penalty against that world.
Alright, that's what I call rock. That was Tomahawk with Red Line. Hey, did you catch the game last night? Whew! Edge of the seat or what? I thought it was all over right up until the end of the fourth when they sneaked in the field goal. Awesome. Okay, coming up next we've got...
Not even gonna mention the teams that participated. Just say the game from yesterday. Maybe they don't have the rights to mention. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you should say something like the Patriots, I mean, that's not trademark, right? I mean, Patriots, it's a normal word. And I'm pretty sure that they have names like Eagles or shit like that, so wouldn't need to worry about that, I would assume. For example, in this kind of event, maybe I will have put 54 as target time, which funnily enough I actually got right now. But I mean, the thing is that I probably don't get it, and at that point what would I do, right? Just wasted time for putting a time that I can't reach, and as you see, the skill points are not important, so, you know. I was about to change it. I'm so used to changing this shit that I was about to do it. Don't do it. Also, there is drizzle yet again, but the difference is that here it's a 15 lap. 15 lap in a very short track. Maybe I misread, but it say that there are 2 challenges in this chapter. Because if there are 2 challenges, I'm pretty sure one of them is guaranteed to be the overtake challenge. And if it's an overtake challenge, it's probably gonna be harder than the previous one that I couldn't do, so. At this point, if I don't get another car, I just wouldn't be able to unlock more cars. Is that how it is? That will be messed up. Seems like that's how it is. For sure is that with corners like this, I'm probably gonna get a shit ton of skill points. that Alfa Romeo, it seems that there is an Alfa Romeo in this game for every tier of car.
Yeah, definitely
you have the slow Alfa Romeo, the mid-tier, and the fast one. I wonder if there's gonna be one for the latest tier of cars, or no.
At the moment, but we may see some light cloud later on. Temperatures will be in the low 80s and would be higher if we didn't have that fresh onshore breeze to cool things down. The air quality is good. That's all the weather for now.
Okay, it's birthday bonanza time
Air
on Rock
quality is
101.
good.
If you were born on the 7th of June, call
Well,
into the
if you
station
live in a
right
city,
now.
I
If you
don't
call
think
it
that's
101,
true,
you'll be
no
winning a
matter
very
when you
special
say
birthday
that.
bonanza.
Those are 3 penalties for free, pretty
Guys, this
nice.
is Red Line from Tomahawk.
I'm seeing that the lap counter doesn't have a space in between the number of the lap and off. Like right there it says 11 of 15, right? No space in between the words. I think that's because they are 2 digits. And when it's not 2 digits, I think that it's actually separated. I guess they didn't take into account that they will be 2-digit laps. Maybe the developers that developed that thing weren't the ones that developed the events themselves, which is usually pretty normal, you know. I mean, usually you have the general developers that develop the engine and the UI and shit like that. And then there is the actual game designers that do everything related to the difficulty and the content itself, what exactly you're gonna do. Maybe those guys didn't expect that there will be someone deranged enough in the game design department that would put 2-digit laps for anything. But little did they know that they actually will do that, and they did that. Indeed. Very fucked up, but it's the way it is. On the bright side, this is gonna give me so many style points that it's gonna be disgusting. Should have probably used the choker card. So I'm gonna get so many style points here, and I didn't get many penalties either. So I can expect probably something like 600 points here, if not more. Damn, actually, okay. Yeah, I should have played the choker for this one. I should have. I must catch and lap my opponent. Wait, this is a new one. And that's also a new car that seems faster than me. Wait, how the fuck you want me to do this? How am I supposed to catch and lap a car that is clearly faster than me? Well, I mean, I know that this track is a small circle, but... we're really gonna be going in circles on this tattoo. Maybe this car should, the car that I have as an opponent should sucks at turning. So otherwise I don't see how I'm gonna overtake him. Well, especially if I crash. If I do this particular racing line, it's definitely gonna be slower. You need to go closer to the statue. Problem is that requires some balance, because it's easier to overtake that way. You kinda need to let go the accelerator and shit. The issue is that I still don't see this guy. Like, I don't see him in front of me, so I don't think I have any chance of doing this. Also, I don't think the tires are gonna be in a very good state after this. That's the main issue. I don't even see the car. What the hell? Okay, maybe I can do that better. Like, I can just be closer to the statue this time. But damn, that's the first time that I get this objective, and I get it in such a stupid ass track. Well, I guess if it was in any other track, it will be impossible unless you have a supercar. I don't know why they didn't do it. Like, I think that for presenting an event like this, it will make a lot more sense to just use a slow car as an opponent and a normal track
London,
to
Tokyo,
lap
San
him.
Francisco, all the world's great cities. Wherever you are on planet Earth, stay on the inside track with a rough guide from bookstores and at roughguides.com.
Okay, now we're gonna have a listen to the debut single from newcomers Defunct. This is Outside In.
I guess you kinda need to let go the accelerator. It's a weird technique. You can't just let the accelerator go and just turn right. That's not gonna work. Maybe I could try the Alfa Romeo, but that no, because that car understeers. I don't think it's gonna work. Okay, I'm seeing him. Yeah, he's right there. Come on. Can do this. Whew. Damn, barely. Holy shit. I guess that's a good exercise for anyone that wants to practice staying as close to the inner side of a corner than you know, opening up, but that was very weird. Who is my opponent? A Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Is this car faster than me or what? I mean, if we look at the supposed power that this car has, it shouldn't be faster than me. But I don't think I will take that number seriously.
You need a rough guide. London, Tokyo, San Francisco, all the world's great cities. Wherever you are on planet Earth, stay on the inside track with a rough guide from bookstores and at roughguides.com.
We've got a request for Chris in Oxford, and this is from your wife Alice, who has asked me to play Helena Davidson's latest single, I Can Still Believe. And what a great
I
choice it is
just
to
realized that he says your wife Alice. I thought he said Alice or something like that. He just says Alice in a very thick accent, I think. Well, it's supposed to be British. So a British accent. Still should be enough. I mean, the thing about this track is that it's so narrow that I don't think he can overtake me even if I was even slower than this. So no problems there. But I'm still curious about the next challenge. Hopefully it's that kind of challenge where you need to reach a specific max speed and not an overtake challenge. Oh fuck, dude, it's an overtake challenge. See, but the thing is that if I can't beat this, I can't keep unlocking cars. Like, I'm basically gonna keep skipping chapters and it's gonna be impossible to get a better car just because these morons thought it was a good idea to put these challenges here. Well, the problem is not the challenge itself, but the minimum amount of cars you're supposed to overtake. Hopefully this one is not as hard as the previous one, but considering the very little amount of time I have, I might not be able to do it either. I mean, it's looking promising so far, but I don't want to create false hope for myself. There are two cars in a row, I think. Oh no, never mind. I'm looking at myself in the minimap. God damn it! Can't believe the minimap sucks so much balls. Something that it's so easy to do and so many fucking games done it way before this game. Why is it so hard to make your car easily identified? Well, easy to identify. Let's just say it like that. It's not that hard, even fucking Ridge Racer did that. That game is quite old compared to this one. Alright, I actually might be able to overtake 9. I mean, the 9th one is right there, so alright. Well, at least it seems that we will get this one. So at the very least I'll be able to get the Mitsubishi at the end of the chapter. I mean, assuming I can also win the races, which I assume I will. Actually overtook 11. So I guess the hard one was the one on the previous chapter that didn't make any sense. Or maybe I should drive spectacularly bad, which is also a possibility. But I don't think I did anything far from what I usually do, so... no. I almost changed the objective. No, don't bother. Don't bother changing the objective. Don't be stupid. You don't need to do it. So put it in that little head of yours. Don't change the objective. Leave it as it is. Oh, it's actually raining. So even worse.
Here on Rock 101. We're also going to be playing some of the tracks from his latest album, Stone Age. Cool.
it's a little bit weird because I feel like my car is understeering instead of oversteering like it usually does in rain. Huh. Well, that's better for me, I guess. I knew that was gonna happen eventually, but yeah. Well, problem is that I need to get 4th place. Thankfully there is one more lap, but last place is not gonna cut it. Okay, now you're oversteering, you fucking piece of shit. Of course. When it actually matters, you start oversteering. Piece of fucking garbage. I just need to overtake this guy. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need. Well, and obviously keep the position. That guy also oversteered.
Yeah, definitely one to watch there. That was California Demon from Zephyr.
Yeah, I'll take that result. Well, there is still one more corner, so careful.
Okay, it's birthday bonanza time on Rock 101. If you were born on the 7th of June, call into the station right now. And if you're...
There you go. San Francisco from 18 to 22 to get a reward. Well, I could change the time. I mean... wait, is it easy to change the time, or do I need to go all the way back? Like, can I change it from the options? I don't... well, settings, maybe? No, I think I need to probably restart the game or some shit like that, whatever. Hopefully it wasn't that good of a reward, so I don't feel like I just missed out on something important. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be fine, right? Well, if I remember, like... 18 PM is in around an hour. So if I'm still streaming in around an hour, I could redo this event.
At the Roadhouse.
Now those veterans of the blues, the Jake Richards Band, with a great live version of When She Comes Back.
that car is fast. Which one are you? I don't think I can even reach him just to see what logo he's wielding. Well, I mean, the results of the race are gonna see who he is, are gonna say. I would like to at least see the brand name. Okay, but everyone here is fast. That guy doesn't really go for a shortcut, he just goes on the inner side of the path. He doesn't bother going to the other side. Well, he does seems a lot slower. Well, it's definitely slower than what I do, but it also seems slower than just going to the outer side, really. Well, I don't mind. That if anything, that's better for me. Is this another special? Oh, without time restriction. Only a race target. I can try playing the choker here. I'm still gonna put target position at 3rd place, but I think the choker should be enough. Like, I will assume that I probably get 150 or something kudos here, so I should be able to reach the objective. Well, though it's also a very short track, so I don't know how much points I can get from stuff, like how many style points I can get, and I also will probably get a lot of penalties. So yeah, maybe it wasn't the smartest idea to use the choker car there. Whatever, I have so many of them that even if I needed them, which I don't, but even if I needed them, I'm pretty sure I will still have them. But yeah, this is gonna have so many penalties and so little style points that it's most likely not gonna be enough even with the choker card. A shame, but whatever. Too late now. I will get some style points. But unfortunately, I got so many penalties in that first lap and part of that second lap that it might still not be enough. Well, let's see. Let's stop crying and see. Alright, is this gonna be enough? I think I need around 150... well, plus the choker to get that objective. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough, right? Or is it? Oh, it is. I thought it was more than that. And what do I get? That's wait, is that some the Eclipse? I think that's a Mitsubishi. All right. Wait, this is another special, but you need the MRS. Well, I actually do have the MRS. Problem is that I don't have that time frame, but I also wouldn't use the MRS because, I mean, what are my opponents here? Yeah, no. I mean, using the MRS with this opponent is like, come on, bro, what an asshole. I once read a 4com about Regal and Yuka, where Yuka tells him to go to water the plants, but it's raining. So Yuka gives him an umbrella.
3, 2, 1.
I gotta say a big hi to all the girls at the Mirage Diner.
I don't get the show.
My friend and Sandra. Hi, you guys. And also to Billy Ray Stevens, who's 40 today. Have a great day. Now, one for all you traditional country fans out there. This is Kurt Austin and Long, Long Road.
Well, I met a girl named Mary Lou. Her dress was green, her eyes were blue. I said to her, hey darling, look at you. She smiled at me, she looked so fine. Her shapely body was divine. I couldn't help but look at her behind.
No, I understand the water plants in the rain. I just don't understand how the umbrella is the punchline. That's the part that I don't get.
Well, it's a long, long road to nowhere when you're traveling alone. It's a long and empty freeway if you end up on your own. When you've been to all the places and there's nowhere left to roam, go find yourself a woman and bring her home.
It's like those dumb shows like there's two people and the middle one falls. I guess it might be funnier actually seeing it. Might be one of those shows that works better in a visual form, maybe.
She said, yes, you can walk me down the aisle. I looked at her in disbelief, 'cause it was such a great relief to have her say she'd marry me at all. So then we went
First place. Nice. What the hell? Okay, it's another one of these bridge tracks. Bridge tracks. I don't remember if I ever seen a track that features the bridge and it's longer than just the bridge. Like I just remember this bridge being only that, a bridge in a track and not a part of a section.
Who was #1 this week in 1990? Now, if you know the answer, call us now on 07000 777 831.
There's a bullet in the gun. There's a fire in your heart.
Planet Perfecto, Bullet in the Gun. Available now.
We've got a request for Chris in Oxford, and this is from your wife Alice, who has asked me to play Helena Davidson's latest single, I Can Still Believe. And what a great choice it is too, Alice. Hope you enjoy this one, Chris.
There is a boy in London? What's London? So I think that the songs say there is a bullet in your gun, which I don't understand how that's poetic in any way. There's a bullet in your gun, yeah, no shit, there's also a turd in my ass. Yeah, very poetic of you. I mean, what is that supposed to even mean? Unless it say there is a bullet in your heart, but I'm pretty sure the whole say a bullet in the gun. Well, then again, they are British, so I guess I shouldn't try to understand the pronunciation. Might be a futile attempt. Though I do think they say there is a fire in your heart, so it wouldn't make sense to repeat heart twice. Though I think there are some songs in this game that rhyme a word with the same word. I don't know why there are so many people that don't understand that you can't rhyme a word with the same word. That's not a rhyme.
I thought it was all over right up until the end of the fourth.
I mean, it's like, come on. It's not. I mean, maybe it's technically a rhyme, but people, I was taught in school that you can't rhyme the same word with the same word, you know. But you're supposed to use a different word because that's the whole purpose of a rhyme. Unless I'm mishearing, I think there are some songs in this game that rhyme. But I think there are some songs that just rhyme a word with that same word. Well, there are people in real life that do that, like real musicians do that for some reason. They are kinda running out of creativity. That was a disaster, but honestly it went quite well considering that it was a downpour thingy. Would have been worse, really. And I also gotta be thankful that in this tournament the tracks are super short and also only 2-3 laps. I'm glad that they are making the tournament shorter and shorter.
ドミネーターにインタビューすることになってるんです。これはもう見逃せませんよ。まだまだ5位にチャートインしているミスティをフューチャーしたなどを次にお送りしましょう。
Something that I realize is that Tokyo seems to be the only place with tunnels in this game. There are no tunnels in San Francisco or London, according to this game. Again, it doesn't matter because even in last place I still get the amount of points I need, so. Oh, I can also go this way? Is that a good idea? Well, okay, no, it's not a good idea. I mean, it kinda works as a shortcut, but doing the corner later is impossible. Well, last place, but it doesn't matter. There was a fat boy at school that liked rapping and he once told me rap with only one vowel. Well, I mean, if he meant that the rhymes only depend on a vowel, yes, that is true. If he meant something else, I don't know. Maybe he was too ascended for us mortals to understand his wisdom. Alright, I think this is the FTO. I could unlock this car. What is the next one though? I don't know which one this is. Apparently heal, I'm skilled if I get this one. Will I unlock the Mitsubishi? Well, not yet. I can keep trying. Just can't keep trying. Oh, that's what you mean. You mean saying words with the same vowel, but that's impossible.
Sounds on the West Coast.
Oh, no, wait. He challenged you to do that. Okay, I see.
This is Red Line from Tomahawk.
Well, that's pretty creative of you. Because being limited to only one vowel seems quite hard. But, good job. I wouldn't be able to come up with that fast. I would probably think it for a whole day and then I would probably be able to come up with it. It's a little bit hard when you are that limited. I also just realized that the time I got on the previous lap was very close to the target time, and keep in mind that the target time here is the bare minimum. I didn't alter it. So god damn. Well, according to the game, the time that I can get with this car is a lot faster. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. Pretty sad that it seems that that very first lap is the fastest one that I'm gonna do. It feels like that's gonna be the case. Oh. Yeah, it seems that that will indeed be the case. Holy shit.
The hottest sounds on the West Coast. You're listening to Rock 101.
Hey, did you catch the game last night? Whew! Edge of the seat or what? I thought it was all over right up until the end of the fourth when they sneaked in the field goal. Awesome!
Edge of the seat or what? And today you know that I slept like 9.5 hours. Sometimes you still feel a little bit sleepy. At first he told me rap with only one letter, then corrected himself. Yeah, with one letter it will be a little bit impossible. Probably. Slightly impossible. But yeah. Well, I mean, unless you choose. Well, there are some rappers, some modern rappers that they feel like they are rapping with only one letter. Like it's so indecipherable, the shit they say, that they might as well just be drooling and that's it. Why sit slaps? It's not even one of those that require average time. It's just getting the time once and that's it. Why will you make it longer? How annoying. Gucci gang. Yeah, something similar to that. So this car is getting some mileage quite fast. Road to reach 3,000. I really wish I knew if those are miles or kilometers. Well, I guess you can calculate it. Nah, but it will be a little bit too hard. I mean, you could do something like the amount of time where it takes for the mileage to flip one unit. How many kilometers did I do? Considering that I have the kilometers per hour right there. Well, the problem with that is that you will need to know the distance that I'm driving. Well, no, it's not necessary. You will just need to calculate the amount of time with the well, it will be annoying. It's possible, but it will be very annoying.
それにしてもすっごいトラックですね。ドミネーターのオーバードライブ。今クラブで超受けてるナンバーみたいです。
クラブゾーン、ケンがナビゲートします。
ちょっと時間あるから宣伝しておきましょう。東京102から新しいコンピレーションアルバムトランスダンスが出ました。一番新しいトランスやクラブの曲が盛りだくさんで、本当1枚でかなりの時間楽しめる優れものですよ。チェックしてみてください。次はフランスのバンドアスパンのクラブパリではどうぞ。
Yeah, very unnecessary to have sit slaps for that shit. But whatever. But let me see. There is also a challenge in this chapter. Hopefully it's not too annoying. It's the 5th event. Yeah, just leave it there. Just leave it there. See, for example, this one being 6 laps makes sense because you're supposed to do those 6 laps in a specific time. You're not supposed to get 1 lap in a specific time. You're supposed to do all 6 in that time limit.
Giving away this week, courtesy of Millennium Travel. All you have to do is tune in to the night train from midnight tonight.
Experience the premier sports restaurant and entertainment venue, the Sports Cafe, with state-of-the-art audio-visual, 120 TV screens, games, bars, and a great restaurant. The Sports Cafe, where the games never end.
www.thesportscafe.com.
Next up is a track from Undulator that features Kim Rogers, and it's called Am I Only Dreaming?
What is this car doing? Damn, that car just pretty much gave up there. Like the columns are too complex. Yeah. No, but it's not the only one. Apparently every car here is incredibly dumb and doesn't know how to get through those columns. Maybe it's because they are going slow and the AI is not ready for that or some shit. They are constantly getting stuck there. It's almost sad. Finally, I go through that and I don't see anyone getting stuck. Good shit. Thought everyone was a fucking moron. Well, maybe they got stuck, but I wasn't seeing it. Damn, you still get a lot of skill points even without even touching the objective. If I needed any more proof that it's completely unnecessary to touch the objective, just don't do it. It's a lot faster. Also, I need to remember, when I reach the 3-hour marks on the stream, I need to redo that lap on the previous that event on the previous chapter that gave me a reward for doing it in that specific time frame.
Don't miss it. And this is newcomer Shanice Williams' first entry into the charts, in at number 23, entitled simply Time.
I mean, there is not that much left for that, but I need to remember. There are 3 rounds for this particular event. That was only the first one. I'm seeing a lot of tracks being repeated with very little variation. Like for example, this one that has the U-turn. I pretty much play one that is almost the same as this one not that long ago. I know that it's slightly different, but at least don't put that U-turn again. Well, then again, the U-turn is the most recognizable one. I'm pretty sure that most of these corners I already done them thousands of times, but since they are relatively generic, it's harder to notice. Is this the U-turn? Yeah, it is, right? It is the U-turn. Now that I think about it, I could play Crazy Taxi in this emulator. Like the arcade version. Well, actually, no, I'm pretty sure the Dreamcast version also has the original soundtrack. I could just play the Dreamcast version. Just that it's a game that doesn't really have a defined objective like this one. It's obviously way more arcade in that regard, but I could play that one. Actually, I feel like there is a lot of games that you get the possibility to play with a Dreamcast emulator. Like for example, Capcom vs SNK 2. Pretty sure that game is for Dreamcast. It will be interesting to play that and try to fight the true last boss. Though the conditions are a little bit bullshit, but I mean that's usually the case, especially for Capcom games, you know. Played on PCSX2 and it runs like fine silk. Well, that's fine, but I mean, if I can run it in a way easier emulator like this one, there is no reason to not do that. Well, I guess there is if you want to use enhancements, but then again, Capcom vs SNK is a sprite game. So, I mean, a 2D sprite game, so it's not like the enhancements are gonna make it look that much better. I mean, I'm pretty sure there is some 3D in backgrounds and shit, but I don't think that's very important.
The premier sports restaurant and entertainment
Because
venue,
if there's
the
something
Sports
that
Cafe
this
with state-of-the-art
emulator
audio
doesn't
visual,
have
120
very
TV screens, games, bars,
fleshed
and a
out
great
is
restaurant. The
enhancements.
Sports Cafe, where the games never end.
Like increasing resolution, anti-aliasing, shit like that. Oh wait, it's raining.
In Oxford, and this
That's
is
the
from your
reason
wife
why I'm
Alice, who has asked me to
driving
play
like
Helena
such
Davidson's latest
ass.
single, I Can Still Believe. And what a great choice it is too, Alice. Hope you enjoy this one, Chris.
Well, if I do those laps as bad as that one, I'm actually gonna lose. So let's try to focus. And just as I fucking say that, it's okay. Keep it cool. See, even the singer can still believe, so should we. I still believe as well. Yeah, I mean, what am I even worrying for? 56 seconds and the slowest lap was 40 something. So even if I fuck up like crazy, I should still get it. Nice. If I actually had a tighter time limit, I probably would have failed shoes because of that last one. Yet again, another reason why you shouldn't touch the final times at this point in the game. Just not worth it. I mean, look at all the style points I'm getting, dude. It's just not worth it. Okay, what's the challenge though? A skill challenge? Oh, this shit again. Against an FTO. I don't know if I can do it here. I mean, this track seems to be a little bit longer than the previous one. And against an FTO, I don't know, dude. Like, unless you make this car slower, this isn't happening. I mean, I'm gonna try, but it's very unlikely that I will lap this guy. Yeah, I will assume that you're making him go slower. But if you're making him go the normal speed, I don't think there is any chance. Well, that's why I feel that it's weird that you're choosing these cars that are supposed to be on the same level instead of picking slower cars. It just doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I might be able to do it, but no. I mean, I think I fucked up a corner and that already doesn't allow me to do it. Well, he's there, but... There you go. I'm assuming that it's not gonna count if you lap the car and you get overtaken again. Probably. Damn, no skill. Holy fuck. Oh, those were so little points. And once the Skyline GTR, yeah, fuck you too. Against who, by the way? The FTO? Alright. We're fighting the FTO again. I wonder if the GTO is here. That's, I'm pretty sure, another Mitsubishi model.
3, 2. Later in the show, we're gonna be going over live to the annual Blues Festival with a special report on all the coolest new talent and some old favorites too. Should be a real treat, so keep on listening. Now those veterans of the blues, the Jake Richards Band, with a great live version of When She Comes Back.
Also, are these oval races in this particular track on purpose because it's San Francisco and it's in the USA, which has the culture for NASCAR and shit? The only time I see this type of tracks is here. Also, I could have won this even with a very big advantage. I mean, look at how much I'm taking away from him. Was that no penalties on top of that? I could probably get a shit ton of points from here if I get a bigger advantage, like 2 seconds or something. I actually got a penalty, never mind. And no, it doesn't give you that many points. Well, we're finally into the races. Finally. I might be able to... Well, I don't think I can clear this chapter before the 3-hour mark because... the tournament is definitely gonna be longer. But I can probably finish the 3 normal races.
Now those veterans of the blues, the Jake Richards Band, with a great live version of When She Comes Back.
It's the exact same song as before. That's an Alfa Romeo. The one going for first place right there. Wow, I forgot to brake completely. Come on, dude. At least it's 5 laps. Not to mention that I just need to finish 4. Wait, no, I need to finish 3rd. There are 3 opponents. I actually need to finish 3rd place. Sack of shit. Why?
All week this week on the Roadhouse, we got a great competition for you to win hundreds of dollars every day. Identifying 3 well-known tunes from their introductions.
Okay, can you stop fucking up the corners? It's getting a little bit old.
And this is Faye Douglas.
You should stop hitting them there. It's better to forget to brake than to brake that early. If I can get first place, I'm gonna take first place. Clearly. I can do these races probably. Against 2 other cars, the FTO and the Speedster. And it's drizzling. That's fine. That's okay. Oh, but if it's this track, it might not be that okay. Well, it depends on what sections it shows.
They say they listen to the show all the time. It helps them through the day. Well, we're glad you like it.
There's a bullet in the gun. There's a fire in your heart.
It's one of those that goes through the park, so we're gonna be in trouble either way.
Next up is a new track from the
Either way.
entitled
Yeah, I think this might be a problem. On the bright side, the FTO is not that much faster than the Spider, so... yeah, I can reach him very easily. The issue is that these are 5 laps, so as always the chance to fuck it up, well, the chances to fuck it up are very high. Maybe I can even get first place, but that Speedster, I think it is faster than the Renault Spider. At least in this game. But it doesn't matter too much, because this track is a piece of garbage. So, it's important? No. So at any time you can do that. All Tam Music songs sound the same. I don't know what Tam Music is. I'm assuming it's an Ocean Circle, but I don't remember it. I mean, you probably mention it, but yeah, no. Damn, good block. He actually went for the inner side. Well, wouldn't say that it's a block, because that's most likely the optimal path anyways, but... Those piano... Oh, I know that one. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that they sound the same, but they don't really know how to... I will say that they don't know how to utilize the fact that they are using those instruments. I mean, they are pretty much just covers of the songs. Like, they don't put anything outside of that. You know, they are like, let's just cover this Toho song with these instruments and that's it. Which is not something easy to do and something that doesn't deserve, like, something that, yeah, like something that doesn't deserve credit. Like, it does deserve credit and it is hard to do. But I mean, if you're looking for something more than that, like them having better inputs in the song, I mean, better inputs. I mean, like something other than the original melody. It's gonna be slightly hard. Well, I mean, they still do deviate from the original melody a little bit,
State-of-the-art audio visual, 120
but
TV screens,
I don't
games,
think they
bars, and a
deviate a
great
lot,
restaurant.
so...
The Sports Cafe, where the games never end. www.thesportscafe.com.
You're listening to
In that regard, it's pretty similar to, I think it was Soundholic, or I don't remember who, that does Eurobeat arranges. Well, that's the only thing they do. They bring a song, a Toho song, and they just put Eurobeat shit in it. But it barely differentiates each other because they don't do anything other than that. Oh shit, a Mustang! The Ford finally came to play. Damn. This shit might get serious now. The Ford Mustang. Is this the one that looks like a chunky car, or is it the one that seems more slim? No, I think it's the chunky Mustang, actually. Yeah, it is the chunky Mustang. Okay. Nice.
And this is newcomer Shanice Williams' first entry into the charts.
It's finally here. I wonder when I'll get to unlock it. The Ford Mustang. There was a race that asked me for the Mustang one time to get the special reward, and I obviously didn't get it. But the fact that he appears in an actual race, it means that we are closer to getting it. That's cool, because that's definitely a car that I also wouldn't mind getting. That's not the Mustang, by the way. I'm pretty sure the Mustang is right. It's that one, right? Yeah, the one that is right behind me. The gray one that is behind me. I think that the one that is in front of me is the Mitsubishi, right? Maybe. That it's still 5 laps. Like, all these regular races have been very, very long. Like, come on, dude. 5 laps? I hope the championship is not like this. Well, I'm not gonna do the championship today, but whenever I do it, I hope that it's not fucking 5 laps per track. Considering that lately the championships are consisting of 4 races. Really hope you don't put 5 laps per race. Yeah, these guys behind me can overtake me at any moment. I obviously need to get 3rd place to actually win. Well, to actually beat the event, I mean. Nice corner. Those were very good corners from me. Holy shit. What am I doing? I'm doing it very well. Okay. It had to end at some point, yeah. Of course. But you know, while it lasted, that felt pretty good, being able to do those corners like that. I almost felt like I'm good at this.
K-Vibe Traffic and Travel in association with
Almost.
Atlas Travel Agency. There's not too much to report on the roads today, apart from some repair work on 101 North near Candlestick Park, which is causing some delays. Avoid it if you can. Also, the bomb scare and evacuation at San Francisco International earlier this morning is still causing long delays to many departures. The airlines are advising passengers to call first before leaving for the airport. That's it for now.
Okay, now, I've had an email from Sheena. She's at work at the moment, but she'd like us to play the next track for all the guys in the office and her boyfriend Todd. You got it. Watch out, sister. This is MC Momo, and let's get it on tonight.
Do you think that people used to call the radios just to request songs? Pretty funny to think that it used to be that way. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still that way. Radios still are not there. Because believe it or not, internet doesn't reach every single place. And that doesn't necessarily mean that... I'm not necessarily saying, or rather referring to the places that are poor enough to not get internet. I mean, places like the middle of the route. There are a lot of people that dedicate their lives to transporting shit. Well, those people are not gonna get internet cover in the middle of the route, but they do have the radio. Usually those people still use the radio to this day, because what else are they gonna use? I mean, after all, they are driving. It's not like they can play with their Nintendo Switch. Wow, that was actually first place, alright. I'm actually surprised by myself. That was a good race. Didn't do that many mistakes. Alright, so I'm not gonna do that championship, but I am gonna do the event that... which one was it? This one, right? That it said that it needed... Yeah, that time restriction, that I'm actually within that time frame. And it's a target of 150, which shouldn't be a problem, since I already got this. So just in case, I'm gonna put third place. Because I still need to get a good I mean a good score. Well, then again, I'm pretty sure I got that score by putting 5th place as objective, so it shouldn't be a problem, but just in case. Don't wanna redo this, you know? The race is fuck. Yeah, it's fuck right now. No, it's short. I mean, relatively short. Not the best type of short, but short regardless. Now, the thing is that if I keep getting these dumbass penalties and I don't get style points, we're gonna have a problem. That way I'm not gonna get the 150 points that the event tells me to get. Nice corner.
Hesitated for a while, and after she began to smile. walked me down the aisle. I looked at her and
I don't know if I'm gonna take that that shortcut on the final lap. If I fail it, I'm dead.
It's a long, long road to nowhere when you're traveling alone. It's a long and empty freeway if you end up on your own. When you've been to all the places and there's nowhere left to roam, go find yourself a woman and bring her home.
I just realized that this song is telling you to not be a single fuck. I mean that you should get a partner. Well, a girl in this particular case. Tells you that if you're single, you're gonna get a long and lonely road or something like that. Damn. That's fucked up. But I mean, it's country music. I'm pretty sure there's, you know. Really, that's the reward. 3 fucking chokers? Well, fuck you. And your chokers. God damn it. Really? If I knew that, I wouldn't have done it. Fuck you, dude. Well, so for the next, I was gonna say for the next chapter. For the next stream, there is that championship. And we're getting close to the end. Well, close. I mean, there is still like 8 chapters left. But, I mean, we're gonna get them. Don't worry about it. We're getting closer, so... I mean, if I had to predict, it should be around 3 streams remaining, probably. Which is a lot, but I mean, it has to happen. But yeah, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this. So have a good one everyone, and take care.